to talk about my BBL journey and answer some questions that I see under my TikTok, because I've been getting cussed out since I got out of surgery about all of these questions. And I'm so-called a gatekeeper. Yes, I am a gatekeeper, but you guys are gonna have to make my information worth my while. So we're making a YouTube video. My first question I'm gonna answer last because it's the most talked about question. One second. So we're gonna talk about what to bring when you go into surgery. So you are going to bring nothing but yourself, a robe, and 2 moo-moos. And if your doctor prescribed you some medication before you left for your blood, bring that. Nothing else. Because when you get there, you'll know why you should have brought nothing. You're not going to wear any of those clothes that you bring. Don't bring any cute outfits or any 2-piece sets. Bring you 2 moo-moos and a robe. That's all you're going to wear. You're going to wear your faja when you get there. You're not going to wear anything else. So that's it. 3 or 4 things, depending on what your doctor gave you. That's it. Moo-moo and robes. Don't bring nothing else. Maybe a hairbrush. You're not going to brush your hair. Just saying that. Bring a toothbrush. That's it. You're not going to do any of the following. Don't bring no soap because you're not going to be able to use that either. So, yeah. That's it. Don't bring anything else. What to expect when you get there. When you get there, you will be having to get a lot of stuff. Starting with diapers, adult diapers. You can go to any CVS or care stores for diapers. Chuck pads. Get those from Dollar Tree. They're $1. Dog pads, that's what they are. Pads, regular period pads, not for your period, but for compression. You're gonna get your faja when you get there after surgery. You're gonna get a BBL pillow when you get there, so don't purchase that stuff before. And they're gonna give you extra garments. And you're going to get garments like this. This is a triangle to go in the back so you don't get liquid buildup. It's gonna be like a hole between your butt cheeks, literally. That's for the liquid to go down, for it to not build up and cause seroma and hurt. So you're gonna get a triangle like this. You're gonna get more foam boards to go, if you get lipo, to go over each department of your stomach, so your obliques, your abs, and your back. You'll have to purchase those when you get there, or you can have your own. They usually say don't, because they're gonna want you to purchase theirs, which might be better. So definitely purchase the ones that they give you. So they'll give you a garment, that's a stage 1 garment. They'll give you 4 ad boards and a triangle. Not give you, you have to purchase. The garment is free and the BBL pillow is free. Everything else you have to pay for. So that's what you have to expect to buy. The garment is literally like a bodysuit. And also what to expect when you get there. It's going to cost a lot more than you think, because they're going to make you pay for those garments. They might upcharge and try to get you to do, once your doctor sees you, they want you to, oh, I think you should get this fat transfer. They're going to give you the best results. I want you to get this fat transfer. I want you to get this removed so you can have this body. So you're going to give them a dream body, and they're going to tell you what else you need to get to there. You can say no. You don't have to take it at all. You can say no. So that's another thing to expect to run into. They're going to try to charge something else, which I took maybe like 2 suggestions because I was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But you can definitely say no. And also expect to spend more than you plan, because you may have bad blood like me, so you'll have to pay for blood transfusions. Those are like 1,000 a piece, depending on where you went. Where I went, they were like 1,000. That's in the States. So take your iron pills now. Eat your steak now. Make sure your blood is right now, before you go, because if you're about to go into surgery and you have to get 4 blood transfusions like me, you're going to be spending $4,000 more than what you paid in your quote. So that's what to expect. They give you a garment. They don't give you a faja. The faja you have to get on your own. So I went to Lori Sculpt. I will tag her. She was really good, really patient, and she made my faja custom. So she's gonna ask you your sizes and stuff. So my bottoms are medium and my top is the extra small. And she can also customize steel, and it's the Clinks full on. I know it's kind of old, so it got like the lint on there. But she made this, the corset part really small. You can get it smaller if needed. You want to make sure the bottom is big enough so it doesn't squeeze your butt. You don't want to squeeze your butt because it will go down. So I spent about $200 on my faja. And she gave me an extra ab board as well. So maybe like $250 in total. And your massages are expensive as shit, and you have to get 10. So make sure you have nearly $1,000 for your massages alone, because they're very expensive in the States. Yeah, and they don't come with your surgery. Depending on your doctor might say your stay, surgery, this, and this is involved. Mine didn't. I only got a BBL, pillow, and garments. That was all that was involved. I mean, included in my quote. That's it. So when you get home, you want to make sure you get drainage pills. I'll put it here too. From Amazon, I ordered them. There's not pills, liquid drainage drops. I ordered from Amazon for lymphatic drainage. And I went to Contour Body Sculpt. My friend, she does my in-home massages. She comes to you and she spends about an hour, 30 to an hour, and do like full body massages with her legs, and it was amazing. I probably used 2 to 3 people until I finally realized like I really like her. You will notice how you feel afterwards. After a massage, you'll feel like really light and, you know, just like not cleansed obviously because you feel dirty all the time, but just light because you have a lot of liquid before, and then after you have to pee and you feel better. And then you put your faja back on. How much was my surgery? My surgery was about roughly $30,000. So I had someone pay for my surgery, and he paid like 22,000 of it, because that's what we thought it was. That was the quote I sent him, and he sent it to me. But like I said, when you get there, they're going to upcharge the hell out of you. So I got an add-on for my armpits because I had really like big boob fat right here when I got my boobs done. So they took that out. So that was another couple thousands. And then I had 4 blood transfusions, was $4,000. So that was my add-ons, and it made my surgery up to like $30,000 roughly. But the 21 just involved lipo, a BBL, and my thighs, I believe. No, breast, lipo, BBL, and my thighs. That was it. They just transferred it into my thighs because when he marked me up, he made sure like to tell me that if I add more here, you need some hips and thighs because your hips will look big and your thighs will look small. So definitely tell your doctor, add in my thighs if you're gonna add to my hips, because I don't want to look like an ant. Thank you. Yes. Ways that you can pay for it, you could definitely use Care Credit. Care Credit is more strict with credit. You know, they want you to be higher and all that stuff. You might get denied, whatever. So if you do Care Credit, you want to make sure that you're in the high 600s or 700s. But Patient Fi is more friendly, but they will give you smaller. So you could try some with Care Credit and some with Patient Fi. You could use both at one time. Patient Fi was easier, and they communicate with your account manager, the finance manager at the doctor, so they'll be able to like pay them and make sure it's good. So then they'll set your account up and you'll pay monthly or whatever. So The pain levels. My pain level was low because I also got a pain pill. Not a pain pill, a pain, I don't even know what it was, but you add it on for $800, so that's more of where my cost went. They do it, they insert it inside of you while you're having surgery, so when about time you wake up, 80% of the pain is gone. So if they do have that, you can ask about it. If they do have that, definitely get it because it definitely did help. I wasn't in pain, I was more so sore. So when I woke up in the mornings, my body was very sore, very, very sore. But once I got home, I healed like a superhero. Like I was good, I was walking, but I did have trouble getting up and down out the bed because of my boobs. You can't lift nothing more than 5 pounds. You can't raise your hands over your arms. You have to elevate. So the way I slept was extremely uncomfortable. I had to get help in and out the bed. So what is this? All right, so, and I'm just gonna tell my story from start to finish. So basically, once I planned, so I reached out, I got a quote, I was like, okay, bet. So sent it to the lovely person who paid for it. And I included the deposit and the actual surgery all together. So we paid the deposit, which was $500. I got a deal, it was usually $1,000 for my doctor. So I paid $500 for that. And after you pay your deposit, you're able to pick your appointment. So then I was able to pick my day of surgery, which was Halloween. Perfect, it's still going. Okay, so my surgery was the day of Halloween, so I was able to be like, you know, they thought it was fake, but it wasn't. I really did wake up a bad bitch, so yeah. So they gave me my appointment date, and they emailed me back with all the things that I needed. They requested a lab, and they told me when will be my pre-check, not pre-check, the appointment before your actual appointment, where they mark you up, your pre-op. My pre-op appointment, they tell me that, they tell me the day of my surgery, and they request some forms. So that form is called your lab work. You go to your main primary care doctor and you get that done. For breast, they'll check your boobs, your blood levels, and all, you know, your vitamins, all that. They check everything for your safety. So once you get all that done, all your labs are good. Of course, if they're bad, you'll have to fix it. They'll give you whatever you need to fix it and then go back and get it again. They give you a deadline for that, so you'll have to make sure you get that appointment scheduled and go and get it. I think this due 2 weeks before your actual appointment, and all payment is due 2 weeks before your actual appointment too. So I got all my lab work done, I got my boobs checked, all that stuff, and your doctor has to email it to them. I ran into some problems because it was like, oh, you have until Monday to get it in, and I went on a Friday, so they couldn't get it in before Monday. So you had to keep calling, and then once Monday came, they still didn't send it. So you have to be on your doctors, but to make sure that they get it to them. But I also made sure that I got them printed and picked them up so I can give it to them when I get there. Because sometimes you'll get to your pre-op and they'll be like, oh, we didn't get your lab results. So, it's okay. I have them. Don't play with me. I didn't come all the way here for you to act like you don't have my results. Don't. So, luckily, I didn't have that issue when I got there. It was cool. So, get your lab results or whatever. Start packing the week before, making sure that you eat the right foods. I went on a juice diet. You want to lose as much weight before, so you're like when they do the BBL, they can take the rest of your fat out. So don't eat too much unless you're underweight. But what I did was lose weight so they could just take some of my stomach, because they only were able to take a liter with my boobs. So they took a liter of fat out to move it, and it was the rest of my fat. So that was good, because I would have been very upset if I would have still had a stomach. So if after surgery you still have a you still have a stomach, you know why. You should have lost weight before. So yeah, I lost my weight before I did a juice diet. I should have ate more meat, but I didn't because I was on a juice diet. So definitely make sure you are, making sure that you have the right levels for everything. Meanwhile, preparing for surgery. So whatever your lab results say, that's how you will eat. You can ask your doctor for some recommendations on what to eat to make sure everything's good. So about time that it was ready. I was ready to go and get my surgery. Everything was good. It was packed, so I got there. I had a pre-op the day before. They came. They looked at me. I got to pick my dream body. They just play videos and let you know how everything will be done and what to expect. Why this, why that. They play a bunch of videos. You sign more papers. You see the finance manager. You sign papers with her too. It's a lot of paper signing and a lot of talking to people. And then they mark your body. You get butt naked, and he marks you with a marker of where he's going to go in and go out and tell you and recommend this and recommend that. So that's when he will add more stuff. And once he adds on that, you go to the finance manager, you pay for it. Cool. So then you leave, and they give you sleep pills so you can go to sleep that night, because you're gonna have anxiety. You're not gonna be able to sleep. So they're gonna give you sleep pills, and they're gonna give you some medicated wash that you will wash the day before and the morning of. You can't eat 12 hours, I think 12 hours before surgery. Yeah, so you can't eat before then. So you might wanna go to bed early. You can't drink either. So once you wake up, you'll be dehydrated and you'll be anxious. So once you get there early, or whatever time you were there, I picked early. I was there at 5 a.m. You go in, you get naked, you take all jewelry off, put your hair up. They give you like a cap and a gown, and it's scary. You start really hyperventilating, and they put an IV in your hand. That shit hurts. And they hydrate you, so you won't feel as parched by them. They hydrate you through your veins or whatever. So then, they call you in, like, all right, so we're ready for you. They clean all that stuff, whatever. So once you get in there, they wash you down with soap and water. It's extremely cold. You're naked, and they're cleaning you. And then they tell you to lay down. It's a metal bed that you lay on with cameras and all type of tools and everything around, and you're just sitting there like, can I turn around now? Like, it's too late. So you lay down on the metal bed, and they strap this arm, but after they strap one arm that your IV is in, they had already put the medicine, so you're gone, you're knocked out by then. Yeah, so I woke up the next morning in the bed. I don't remember anything from me getting out of surgery. I think I went home in an Uber. I remember that, but I don't remember that. All I remember is I was just like out of it. So my mom said I was in surgery for 8 hours. So he did tell me that he was going to start on my boobs, clean up, flip me over, and then do the rest. So that's probably why it took so long. I had 4 blood transfusions. So yeah, didn't know. You don't know until the next day or your post-op. So I went home, went to sleep, and I woke up in the middle of the night, and I was like, I got a BBL. That's all I remember. And I don't know. I know I have drains. That was the most nasty in the world, because it's literally blood in it looks like a catheter, but it's connected to the holes that they went in. And I had all this stuff on it, and my mom was like, oh, after a certain hour I have to send them pictures. So she was sending pictures of the doctor to the boobs pictures to my doctors, and it was like they just made sure that it was still good. Cool. So yeah, then I got up. You you couldn't shower. You don't have to poop. You could pee through your faja. You don't want to take the garment off, or when it, well, it's not a faja, it's a garment. You don't want to take it off, so you just pee through it. You're not so hungry. But if you could take your pain pills, I literally only took my pain pills for 2 days because they gave me Percocets, and you get like blurry eyes and you get parched and you're itchy. It was a lot. So I was like, I'm not taking that no more. I'm done. I'm not taking. You take so much medication and then on top you're like, no, I'm done. I do not want that. So I was just thugging it out at that point. I was like, yeah, no. But I was eating chicken and a lot of fruits and stuff. You barely eat though. You don't want to eat, but they say you have to. So, you get your little nutrients in through a few lights or whatever. So the next day you're going for your post-op, and that's when I found out that I have 4 blood transfusions. So it was like, oh, after this, they just take everything off, like all the bandages and stuff, make sure you're good or whatever. And they clean, check out the drainage or whatever. And then they told you, oh, hey, you have to go see the finance manager. So she was like, oh yeah, you owe $4,000 more. Huh? Yeah, you needed 4 blood transfusions. And how am I supposed to know they're telling the truth? Never know. But whatever. So then Aftercare was like a whole bunch of bandage changes. Oh, you might need bandages depending on your surgery. I had to buy bandages, or you could do pads and put it right there, but I had to do a lot of bandages over my boobs. So I had to get that stuff from CVS or whatever. And that was just compressing. The pads come into play where you have like small places that need more compression, like your vagina. Where the drains are, if you have drains, it's going to be super swollen. So you have to, I balled up the pads and put it like on the 2 sides that the drainage was, because you're gonna need extra compression for that, because they will turn into seroma. Seroma is like is where liquid was, and it gets hard and it hurts. So definitely compress, extra compression, always compress, literally all day, all night, because you'll see that it will start swelling back up, and it takes a while, a couple months for it to go down. So if you're like so scared that your vagina is not gonna go down, it will. Just compress. If you don't, it won't. So that's why some of them be looking huge, and you're like, why? It's because she didn't compress her vagina. You need to. So that's if they go in through there, which lipo they probably will. Yeah, so that's it. Just changing bandages. Keep taking the antibiotics and the medicine until you're done. I had tears in my boobs because it was a lot of stuff you got to do and putting fajas on and tension. So I had to get extra care, wound care. I had a lot of antibiotics to take and creams to put on. Zinc oxide was one of the ones that they told me to put on. So if you get any tears or openings, zinc oxide and bandage. I did 8 hours on, 8 hours off, because you need oxygen to heal. They were telling me to keep it covered, but as long as I was keeping it covered, it was soggy and my skin kept tearing. So I made it real dry. And when I got it dried, it started scabbing over. So some people, it's like, just do what's working for your body, but make sure that you clean everything before you touch it, or clean clothes, clean bandages, keep everything clean. Take your antibiotics. Don't go outside when it's open if you have openings. So that was basically my care, but I went to Dr. Mendieta in Miami. He's known for his liposuction, not so much boobs. But yeah, he did great work. Aftercare, nurses, yeah. You probably want to try to look for I did Airbnb and have my mother take care of me. So you probably want to look for, aftercare places out there. I've heard that Miami don't have the best ones, but they do good work. So it's like, hire your own private nurse at that point, So yeah, that was my story. I went in, I was literally like 136 too. I'm still 136. You'll be really heavy when you get out because it's liquid, and you know. So my belly button looks the same. Everything looks the same. He added hips, added thighs, kept my butt the same, and lifted my boobs. So I have a new position of where they are and perfect circles. So yes, if you do plan to go out to him, make sure that you save up more money before you get there, because he will give you other suggestions to get, which might make sense for your dream body. So make sure you have extra wiggle room, money for massages, money for garments, and other supplies you may need for your wounds and wound care and ointments and more medicine, because you're gonna have more antibiotics if that happens. Just definitely have a lot of wiggle money, because it's going to be way more than you expect. You're gonna have to buy certain drinks and foods and drainage stuff and like everything. It's gonna cost a lot, but the results are good. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and send more people. Ask questions below. Thanks, guys.